Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Indy promotion on WWE 2K25. Now, we just did our last PLE, and now we have another one coming up this month. We also have some newly promotions that has happened. That I can show you real quick. Our NXT roster has bumped a little bit. I have not added new custom superstars. We can go to edit divisions. So we have the tag teams, the Funkies, the Funky Brothers, and the Tortures. We have Lily that made it up to the North American, and that is it so far when it comes to promotions. Otherwise, the only kind of other promotion is Nick Diaz going from the mid-title to the main title because he wasn't being used and he held the title for about a couple of months, 3 months. So hopefully he gets to be used. We do have some rivalries that are set up that I have made with Tortures and the Funky Brothers, and then also Lily with Wendy Chu. And then on our show we have Angels of Wrestling versus Elektra Lopez and Shotzi. Hopefully that they win the title sometime soon, so they can get bumped up to WWE NXT, and essentially if they win the title, then they can get bumped up to SmackDown, and then they can go to Raw. But I think SmackDown is the only one that has essentially the tag teams. I don't think there's really many in Raw. So then we have Sin Cara and Brody Hunter, Rick Diaz and Ace Caveman for like the number one contender, and then Akira and Blair Davenport. So let's get right to it. We'll simulate all the matches. We have Brunson Reed over Sammy, Pete, and Sheamus. Cruz over Kofi. Then we have Chad Gable over Grayson Waller and Logan Paul. And then Raquel over Maxine. And then the main event where Naomi beats Becky and Rhea for the title. And we have NXT, where we have a singles match between Danny Funky and Chuckles. Danny Funky wins. Then we have Sean Spears Santos over Brooks and Stacks. Thea Hale over JC Jane. Jada over Nikita Lyons, and then Lily in the main event over Wendy Chu. Then we have my show where we got a Rick Diaz over Bishop Dyer promo. The second match, Kommander over Aiden Sky Wesley and Ralph Rufus. Then we have Cora Jade over Shayna Baszler. Tyler Breeze over Joe Coffey. Sin Cara over Brody Hunter as a promo. Then we have 6th match of Elektra Lopez over Sophia May. And then we have Gallus over New Age Outlaws. Blair Davenport over Akira. And we have Authors of Pain for the tag titles over the Good Brothers. Alright, we're on SmackDown. We got Solo over Damian, Zelina over Chelsea, Kiana over Mitchin, Nia Jax over B-Fab, and Jacob Fatu for the U.S. title over Shinsuke Nakamura. Then we have their Money in the Bank. We have Rhea Ripley winning the 8 Superstar ladder match. We got Chelsea Green over Zelina, Logan Paul over Ray, Lash over B-Fab, Raquel over Lyra, Mission over Kiana, Roman over LA Knight, The New Day over Jaquan and Cruz. And then we have Jey Uso winning the Money in the Bank ladder match over these other 7 superstars. Then we have NXT Heatwave. We got Kalani Jordan over Jada for the North American title. Lily over Wendy. Thea and Soul over Fallon and Lola. Noam over Charlie for the North American title. Sorry about that. Ethan over Josh. The Funky Brothers over Chuckles and Demon Slayer the Tortures. Then we have Tatum Paxley over JC Jane for the NXT. Now we're back to Raw, where we have Rhea Ripley over Stephanie, as Naomi was in the corner. That was in a promo. We have Bronson Reed over Sheamus, Raquel over Zoe, Natalia over Ivy, main event Roxanne over Liv, Bailey, and Becky. We got NXT. Promo-wise, it was Lola winning over Tatum, Santos and Sean over Brooks and Stacks, Andre and Ethan over Charlie and Lexus, Kalani Jordan had a promo, and then the Funky Brothers win the tag team titles. So they are the first, with Rick Diaz coming in, even though he's not part of the roster. So they are the first from the custom tag teams to win the tag team championships in NXT Heatwave. Or just a normal NXT, my bad. Thought it was Heatwave. But no, we are past that. So we have Rick Diaz over Ace. We have Angels of Wrestling over Shotzi and Elektra. Kommander over Ralph. Tommaso over Tyler. Brody over Sin with a one-on-one with a special guest referee, Wesley. Sonia over Tegan. We have Shayna over Cora. We have Blair Davenport with Akira as her tag team partner over Kaden and Kitana. And then Isla Dawn wins the heavyweight title over Dakota Kai. We're on SmackDown with Charlotte and Nikki over Lash, Bianca over Nia, LA Knight over Cody, Mission over Alba Fire, and a 6-man tornado tag with MFT of Tunga and Tama over Vraxium and the Street Profits. We're back on Raw, where CM Punk over Breaker, Sheamus over Gable, Natalia over Lyra, Naomi the Champ over Stephanie, and Seth over Jay. Alright, NXT, where we have Thea Hale over JC Jane, Nikita over Lola, Santos over Andre and Noam, Fallon over Kalani, and Tony over Sean and Ethan. Then we have Shotzi over Marissa, so it seems like Shotzi and Elektra are better than Angels of Wrestling when it comes to singles. But when it comes to tag team, it's a 50-50 shot between Angels of Wrestling and Shotzi and Elektra. Then we have Cora Jade over Gigi, Karrion over Brandon, Indy over Sonia, Tommaso over Tyler, Isla Dawn over Scarlett, Brody Hunter over Cedric Alexander, Blair Davenport has a sold promo, and Rick Diaz over Ace Caveman. We have SmackDown, got Uncle Howdy over Trick and Fatu. Julia over BFAB. Jordan Grace and Mission over The Secret Hervis. Nikki Cross over Chelsea Green. And Solo over LA Knight, Kevin, and Damian. Alright, last Raw before our PLE. CM Punk over AJ Styles. Raquel over Maxine. Rey Mysterio over Jay. Logan over Sheamus. And Io over Rhea Ripley. We have the Great American Bash, where we have a submission match with Tatum over JC Jane, Thea Hale over Soul, and Fallon over Kalani for the title. We have our show. We got Sin Cara over Giovanni, Joe Coffey over Carrion, Tommaso over Tyler, Isla Dawn over Indy Hartwell, Blair over Akira, Brandon Collins over Bishop Dyer. Then we have Scarlett and Cora over Kaden and Katana. Then we have Shotzi winning a promo over Marissa. And Chris Danger over Ace Caveman. The last SmackDown before the PLE. We have Charlotte and Alexa over Jade and Bianca. Candice over Lash for a promo. Selena and Chelsea over Jordan and Minchin. Jacob Fatu over Apollo Crews. And Cody Rhodes over LA, Solo, and Damian. And that concludes the video. We will show you the card before I head out on this video, but the PLE will be in the next video. So we have a one-on-one no holds barred with the rivalry of Brody Hunter and Sin Cara. Elektra Lopez and Shotzi with the Angels of Wrestling for the title, and that is for the mid title for Brody Hunter and Sin Cara. Hopefully Brody Hunter can win it. Tag team titles, if Marissa and Sophie win this one, then they get moved up to NXT. Akira versus Blair Davenport, which is essentially just for ranking purposes, because I think Blair Davenport's the #1 contender, and it's just overall to boost rankings and try to get her to be #1 again. Then we have Isla Dawn and Dakota Kai for the main title for the women. Indy, Tegan, and Gigi in a triple threat TLC. Then we have Ace Caveman versus Rick Diaz in a normal match with no title on the line. Then the main event is Chris Danger over Karrion Kross. So that is that, as we will be having Champs Battle. And overall it seems like everything but the tag team titles are on the line. Has there been any past rivalries? Ended in July recently. This ended in July. This ended in July. So did this. And that. So overall, NXT has no rivalries going on. These guys may end in this coming up. Yeah, it seems like they'll end in this coming up. PLE, and SmackDown has none in the past, so Tuesday we could have a one-on-one. I have Lily, but then she could have it with Fallon, but we have to see where she is in the division. So Kalani jumped down, she's #1, so her and she defeated Wendy. Wendy's been at the bottom. unless if she was like 5 or 4 and then she got boosted down because she was losing to Lily. We do that, and then we have the Funky Brothers having their tag team run, so they have to hold it for a bit, but in the next video I will create a new tag team for the Indy promotion to kind of boost it up to add more tag teams, even though when it comes to SmackDown and Raw they have like, it seems like 6 to 8 each. So, but whoever wins like all of the titles in their mainstream is the winner of the end of this series. So it will be a little bit yet. So we have that. So we will have Tuesday Fallen with Lily. Start low. And then 2 and 2 is literally just the 2 tag teams. And that's literally it for that. And then all these are still going because that PLE is not done yet. And then hopefully the Angels of Wrestling can win the tag team titles and move on. So, showed you the card, showed you at least one of the new rivalries, because the tag team titles are just going to go back and forth with each other eventually. So, we'll see. Hopefully you have a good one.